Our next question is from Kelly. What can we do about spray drift and groundwater contamination if a 50-foot buffer zone is too big to have on every side? Well, depends on your climate, but you need to select something that gives you this sort of erect buffer. So this is Bambusa Old Hamii. It takes a very light frost, and you can see it creates an enormous buffer of height, so you're getting some degree of lift off the wind, and also has a root net that's extremely dense. So it has big rhizome roots but massive amounts of hair roots. Now that amount of organic material, that amount of root net in the ground actually gives you a certain amount of buffer of any groundwater moving through near the surface. So the surface water, the drift in the air, are somewhat buffered as best you can with these really vertical species. So you're looking out for trees that you can plant close together that give you a really high, thin barrier if you don't have the ability to do a width. That's the best you can do. Groundwater, when you're actually in the ground and you're going down deep, if that's the kind of groundwater you're talking about, if you have swales through a property and the surface water run is cleaned with the roots, you have a certain amount of push going down. So you have clean rainwater, cleaned with the root system as best you can. And then the surface harvest is recharging the aquifer once your swales are established. So you're pushing fresher water down. And if there's any contaminated water below you, it's getting recharged with clean water from the surface. So you're getting a push of clean water from the top, a filter in the air to some degree, and a filter in the surface root zone of the topsoil. And that's the best way you can really have an effect in a small property where you can't put in the width of buffer.